Hi everybody, it's Jason from the Yahoo and the Torah channel, and it is a solo flight for me today, and we thank you guys very, very much for hanging out with us. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys very much. The family is very busy. We got a lot of trials and tribulations going on here, and so I am going to be doing this with you guys today, and we hope you guys are well. We hope you guys are completely blessed, and we are finishing up into Revelations here, and we are going to be rolling down on this. And you'll have to excuse my slowness on all of this because I will be the one-man show on all of this. Now, we're towards the end of Revelations, and we have had a lot of discussion on this stuff. We have had a lot of outside input. We have had a lot of questions, a lot of things that will definitely not be answered in a lot of this. And so I'm going to continue on right here, and we shall begin. And I saw a renewed Shemaim and a renewed earth. For the former Shemaim and the former earth had passed away, and the sea is no more. And I, Yochanan, saw the Kodesh city, renewed Jerusalem, coming down out of the Shemaim from Elohim, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. Now, as we're sitting here talking about this is home, our life to be, our world to be, our not a vacation spot, but our future home is on its way. And this is the very, very important thing that most people don't get. Everybody's sitting here waiting on a rapture when there is no rapture like they think there's going to be a rapture. It's very, very clear that towards the end, all of a sudden on Mount Zion, a huge city comes down, a renewed city, a city that is brand new, sparkling. Let's take a look at what it talks about this. 3. And I heard a loud voice from the Shemaim, saying, See, the booth of Elohim is with men, and he shall dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and Elohim himself shall be with them, and be their Elohim. And I'm sorry for the sound in the background. We are on a very, very tight schedule today, so that's like the weed eater in the back. We're trying to cut grass for the cows. Okay, so what we're talking about here is that it's talking about a house. It is talking about a place where our Creator is going to exist with us. He is going to come down, or he's not going to come down, or he might come down, but it is where finally our Elohim will come almost in a physical form and hang out with us. Let's listen a little bit about the descriptions of this. And Elohim shall wipe away every tear from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, nor mourning, nor crying, and there shall be no pain, for the former have passed away. And so this is what everybody in the world is waiting for. They're waiting for this part where all the tears are gone. There's no more death, there's no more mourning, there's no more crying, there's no more pain. This sounds like a perfect utopia. This sounds like a world where we have finally made it, and this is a great thing. And so this is what everybody's waiting for. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are broken. A lot of people are in pain. A lot of people are in chronic pain. A lot of people can't get out of chronic pain. A lot of people are stuck on pharmakia because the pain of whatever their ailments are so much. And so this is the hope and the power of the end, is that there is hope that all of these pains and ailments and brokenness and hurt and broken hearts and all of this stuff, hi Nora, will be gone. And so that's what we're hoping for, and that's what we're looking for. 5. And he who is sitting on the throne said, See, I make all new. And he said to me, Write, for these words are true and trustworthy. And he said to me, It is done. I am the Aleph and the Tah, the beginning and the end. To the one who thirsts, I shall give of the foundation of the water of Kai without payment.
Does yours say foundation or fountain?
It says fountain. Did I say foundation?
You said foundation.
Oh, it actually did. I shall give of the fountain of the water of Kai without payment. So again, we have it's not the foundation, but it would be a good foundation, but it is a fountain of water, right? The water of life. And we've heard this before, the Aleph and the Tah, right? It's the beginning and the end, the first and the last. And that is who our Creator is, right? He's the first and the last, and he's been described a tremendous amount of times, such as this. Okay, 7. The one who overcomes shall inherit all this, and I shall be his Elohim, and he shall be my son. But as for the cowardly and untrustworthy and abominable, and murderers, and those who whore, and drug sorcerers, and idolaters, and all the faults, comma, their part is in the lake, which burns with fire and sulfur, which is the second death. Okay, does it say, and all the faults, comma?
It's an 8.
It's 8. Sorry, guys, we're doing some proofreading as we're doing this as well. And all the faults, comma?
Yep.
Okay, their part?
Yep.
Okay, so here we have a description of the people that are destroyed. It's very interesting that we have one that this is cowardly, right? And also those who are fearful. And, you know, there's a tremendous amount of people that are fearful. We live in a fearful state. In fact, everything around us is about fear. People love to fear-monger us. They love to get on the news and tell you what's going to come and kill you. They like to tell you about asteroids coming and killing you, or 1 degree of the earth going somewhere and we're all going to die, right? The entire world is all about fear-mongering and all about trying to control people. And when they are able to control you, they control you with fear. And that is how the entire world is controlled. And for North Americans, I remember back to 9/11 when the government brought down its own its own buildings, and us in North America, we were very, very fearful. We had never seen anything like this before. We couldn't even fathom anything of that style, and it got everybody in complete lockstep with wanting to go and attack people who weren't against us, right? We went and we started marching into places and we tried to give freedom all over the Middle East. And we were there for 20 years and we killed millions and millions of people. We did nothing good for that entire country. And at the end, we left with our tails tucked between our legs. And we left those countries in far worse shapes than when we went and invaded them to begin with. We destroyed their culture. And we went and decided we were going to westernize everything. And countries don't like Western stuff. If you look at the morals and the ways that the Western world is, Western people are dressed scattily, clampily. There's no clothes on them. And the kind of music and the kind of stuff that the Western world has is what a lot of the Middle East didn't want any part of. And so, you know, all of these things right here. So if you are fearful and cowardly, if you're untrustworthy, which means you're you know, probably a liar, you're abominable, you're a murderer, those who whore, if you're an adulterer, all of these things, you're going to end up dead. You're going to end up all of this. And if you are a drug sorcerer, which, you know, if you look at Operation Warp Speed and you look at why the world got shot up like they did, it was from Donald J. Trump. He was the one that started all of this. And so the United States of America, unfortunately, and I know the people, I know a lot of you guys aren't complicit with this, but just by being in North America, your country had its hand in hurting the entire world. There's a lot of people that are now injured from what happened. Okay. 9. And one of the 7 messengers who held the 7 bowls filled with the 7 last plagues came to me and spoke with me, saying, "Come, I will show you the bride, the Lamb's wife." And he carried me away in the Ruach to a great and high mountain and showed me the great city, the Kodesh Jerusalem, descending out of the Shemaim from Elohim, having the esteem of Elohim, and her light was like a most precious stone, like a jasper stone, clear as crystal, and having a great and high wall, having 12 gates, and at the gates 12 messengers, and names written on them, which are of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. 3 gates on the east, 3 gates on the north, 3 gates on the south, and 3 gates on the west. Now we're talking about a city that has just come down, and this is where John the Revelator, or the one who was able to see all of these, he saw that a great city was up in, it's on a high mountain, and there's a great city on top of it. So whatever this looks like, however Yahuwah brings this city down and affixes it on top of Mount Zion, it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be the city on top of the hill, and everything else is going to be destroyed. So the city is amazing. And then it talks about the walls, and there's 12 gates, and like everything, there's 12 messengers, right? 7s, 12s, that's what our Creator's in. 7, 12s, 50s are numbers that he loves. 14. And the walls, and the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and on them were the names of the 12 emissaries of the Lamb. And he spoke with me, and he who spoke with me had a golden measuring rod to measure the city and its gates and its wall. And the city lies four-cornered, and its length is as great as its breadth. And he measured the city with a rod, 12,000 stadium, the length, and breadth and height of it are equal. So it would have been 12 by 12, and then I guess 12 high is what that would be. And that's fairly large. And he measured its wall, 144 amma, according to the measure of a man, that is of a messenger. Okay, so there we have 144. And how much is the stadium?
600 feet.
600 feet. So it's a pretty large area of this big city. 18. And let's see here. Sorry, guys, I'm a little off on this. And the structure of its wall was jasper, and the city was clean gold, like clear glass. Now, I don't know exactly how clean gold could be clear glass, but obviously that's what he thought he saw. And so I've never seen clear gold before, but I guess that would be interesting because we know of gold as gold. So maybe there's clear gold. We don't know. 19. And the foundations of the wall of the city were adorned with all kinds of precious stones. The first foundation, jasper. The second, sapphire. The third, agate. The fourth, emerald. The fifth, sardonyx. The sixth, ruby. The seventh, chrysolite. The eighth, beryl. The ninth, topaz. The 10th, chrysoprase. The 11th, jacinth, and the 12th, amethyst. And what you got, Mr. Cole?
I'm just going to move this one up.
That's okay. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Each one of the gates were a single pearl. And the street of the city were clean gold, like transparent glass. And again, we have the vision of a transparent glass, like something of the sort that you cannot, it just goes through. And it also has the number 12. Because the number 12, we have 24 people that will be judging us, and we also have the 12 disciples, and we also had the 12 prophets from back in the day as well. So, 22. And I saw no Mishkan in it, for Yahuwah El Shaddai is its Mishkan and the Lamb. So that's very, very interesting, right? Because right there we hear that there is no temple in the New Jerusalem, which is, we do know from Revelation there is a temple in the Shamayim, and that there's the holy place in the Shamayim. But now we know that there's not going to be a temple in New Jerusalem, and it tells us why. Well, it actually tells us why in a second. In the, let me read 22 again. And I saw no Mishkan in it, for Yahuwah El Shaddai is its Mishkan and the Lamb. So we have the Father, and we also have the Son. So those will be our temple. That will be our priest. That will be a land of amazingness, because I don't think if there's no temple, there's probably not going to be the kind of evil that we're involved in the world now. Okay, 23. And the city had no need of the sun, nor of the moon, to shine in it, for the esteem of Elohim lightened it, and the Lamb is its lamp. Okay, so right out of the gate, we can kind of, I guess, glean that there isn't going to be a night and day there. It's always going to be daytime, which I suppose is nice if you don't need sleep. But it also says that it doesn't need light because Messiah is the lamp of this. So 24. And the nations of those who are saved shall walk in its light, and the sovereigns of the earth bring their esteem into it. And its gates shall not be shut at all by day, for night shall not be there. And they shall bring the esteem and the appreciation of the nations into it. And there shall by no means enter into it whatever is unclean, neither anyone doing abomination and falsehood, but only those who are written in the Lamb's book of Kai. So very, 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 very clear that it is a boys' club. It is a club for obedient people. It might be a boys and girls club, but it is a club for obedient individuals. And it says that people, the way of the Christians is that you can just raise your hand and you can be saved, and that's all it takes. And you just make this decision and you're saved. But the problem is, it's not Yah's decision like this, right? And so if you want to enter into this new Jerusalem, Mount Zion's city, then it's the people who are, if you do an abomination and falsehood, you don't have that, right? That's not, you wouldn't be written in the Lamb's book of life. The only people written in the Lamb's book of life are those who are keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator. If you think that you're only talking about 2 or 3 laws of Moses and that's all you have to keep and the rest are nailed to a cross, you've been deceived. You've been lied to. Hasatan has gotten into your head because we have a tremendous amount of laws, statutes, and commands that we can keep every single day, all day long, every day. There's no reason not to. There is not a time that we wouldn't need to. The time that we are needing to do this is right now. If you want to inherit the book of life, if you want to inherit the city that's coming, if you want to inherit what is happening, coming in, well, you got to be obedient, because those who are disobedient will end up in the lake of fire, and that is what it said yesterday. So with that, guys, thank you very much. I'm sorry it's a low show today. I am sorry that it's just me, but hopefully that will contend for this, and hopefully that you guys have a wonderful day. We will see you guys tomorrow for preparation day and the final chapter of Revelations. Thank you. Have a good day.